Hey everybody, Nick Sifoni here from Real Estate Investor TV Online. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about something that you old timers will remember. Remember the old Timex watches? I guess there's new Timex watches too, but when we were kids, the big campaign was takes a licking and keeps on ticking, and that's what I want to talk about today. You know, it's not a strange time to be in real estate. I mean, any time is a good time to be in real estate if you change your tactics, change your strategies. But there's a lot of investors getting out of investing right now because they're trying to invest using the old methods. They're doing what was taught 5 years ago. They're doing what they learned how to do in the heyday when it was so easy to sell a house and so easy to find a buyer and so easy to get people financed. And guess what? It's not like that anymore. So on today's Newbie Tuesday, okay, I know it's Wednesday, but I'm a day late. Anyway, on today's Newbie Tuesday episode, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about sticking around, stickability, keep on ticking when you take a licking, all those other little cliches that go along with it. You just got to stick with it. You got to be committed, and you got to work hard. Now, you know, sometimes you see successful people, and they're just so successful, and you wonder. And I remember before I got good at this business, I used to think, what makes me different than him? Why can he do it? Why is he doing 6 deals a month? Why is he making the big money when I've been out here struggling? It took me a year before I got my first deal closed. You know, successful people and non-successful people, there's only a little teeny tiny difference in what they do. And the difference is the successful people don't quit. They keep on going and keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. I mean, think about it. Put a successful guy and a non-successful guy next to each other, and for the most part, they look pretty much the same. We have the same amount of hours in a week. You know, we have brown hair or we're bald. We're short or we're thin. We're fat or we're tall. Really, there's not that big a difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Except successful people have oodles of money. They got the big bucks. And you know, you wonder why? They kept on going when things got tough. They didn't listen to people that were telling them they can't do it. They weren't listening to people that told them it didn't work. I mean, think about it. When you first decided to get into investing, I bet you half or more of the people that you told, especially the people closest to you, that you told, I'm going to get into real estate investing, I bet you those were the people that told you it wouldn't work. Those were the people that told you to go get a real job. I know everybody knows someone that lost their butt in real estate, right? You heard the stories. I heard it myself from relatives. And so don't listen to the outside people. Look at the people that are successful and keep on going. The ones that make it, they just worked a little bit harder. They just did a little bit more. That extra 2%, that extra 5%, that extra 10%, if you don't give up on yourself, will make you rich. And that's the difference. Don't give up on yourself. You know, almost all investors struggle. We all do. I was in the business for close to a year before I got a deal done. I just refused to give up. My wife told me to give up. Other people told me to give up. It made sense to give up. Perfect sense. But I wouldn't. And now, I mean, I'm able to invest full time. You know, I don't want to talk about me, but the difference is I was too stubborn to quit. The only time you fail in this business is when you quit. It really is. You know, I want to tell you about a friend. I wrote down some notes about this guy. Listen to this. He grew up in an average neighborhood in a lower middle class family. He lost both of his parents due to cancer when he was young, so in essence the guy became an orphan. He dropped out of college because he was broke and had no money left to pay for his education. Found himself sleeping on the streets and living in $50 a week hooker and drug hotels. Finally got a job and went out and learned how to do something. He went into sales. Opened his first business. He copied what he was doing at his job, and he went and opened a business of the same type. Soon went out of business, lost his house to foreclosure, and was $150,000 in debt. He went out and got a job, got back on his feet, paid off his debts, quit his job, and opened another business because he didn't want to work for somebody else. He was soon after hit by a truck and suffered severe injuries. He was prescribed Vicodin, and as his pain got worse and his tolerance got higher, the doctor prescribed him more Vicodin. He found himself terribly addicted to pain meds and then found a way to buy them online. Found a way to buy Vicodin online and had a 40 to 50 pill per day, $2,000 a week habit. Found a doctor that literally saved his life, got him off of the Vicodin. But because of all that, he lost that business, the second business that he had opened, and now was close to $200,000 in debt. Got a job back in the original industry he was in 15 years earlier, discovered real estate investing, and is now a successful investor, coach, and host of Real Estate Investor Online. That's me, folks. You know, the successful people, you don't hear about them. They don't tell you about all their trials and tribulations. You look at the folks and you see them driving those fancy cars, living in the big houses, and having, you know, buying whatever they want and traveling all over the world. They didn't just boop, get there. They worked for it and they didn't quit. That's the difference. They didn't quit. They had their goals and they didn't quit. I mean, what's the alternative? Work 40 years? You know, I call it the 40-40 plan. 40 years, 40 hours a week, and retire with a Kool-Aid party someday in your future. Don't quit, folks. I don't care how tough it's been. I don't care how much money you've spent. Keep on plugging. And if you're doing this business smart, you shouldn't be spending a lot of money. You should be putting in your time. But you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this business right. And if you do, you've been trained by, if you think you do, you've been trained by the wrong people. So if you're investing, keep on making offers. I got a little bit of BS for you. You know, we get our BS from time to time. Here's our BS for today. Hang in there, baby. Hang in there. That's our BS for you newbies. BS. Bandit sign. Get it? BS. I try. I try to keep it light, don't I? So whatever you're doing, keep on plugging away. Because the alternative is to keep working for the rest of your life, being miserable, working for someone else. You know, either you're working for yourself and you're making yourself rich, or you're making yourself happy, you're coming and going as you please, or you're working for someone else and making them rich. That's the option. You either get a job, work for someone else, or you work for yourself. There's very few industries that will let you write your own ticket. Yeah, if you're a famous actor or a great athlete, or a writer, or, you know, there's those certain niches that you can work for someone else and make a boatload. But guys, there's not a lot. And when I say make a boatload, I don't mean get a good job and make 80 or 90,000 or 100 or 150,000. I mean 100,000 a month money. You're not going to make that working for someone else. Period. No, nada, nil, zip, zilch, zero. It ain't gonna happen, baby. So remember my BS when it gets tough. Hang in there, baby. Now I'm going to end this with a poem. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up in my little pewter here. You may have heard this, but it touches me. I'm touched. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to cry. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, as many a failure turns about. When he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems low. You might succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint, faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured that winner's cup. And he learned too late when the night went down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you mustn't quit. And of course, if you eat green eggs and ham, baby, you're going to do great. Green eggs and Hamlet. I dost not liketh green eggs and ham. Green eggs and ham. Anyway, that's my Newbie Tuesday episode for today, guys. I know I make it sound a little light, I make it sound a little goofy. But stick in there, folks. Stick in there. You will learn this business. You can't keep doing the same thing and not get better at it, as long as you're making small changes along the way. You know, I mean, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and it's just not working, you got to change it. Get some help and change it. Sometimes it's just a small change. But the bottom line, guys, girls, you don't give up on yourself. Hang in there, baby. This is Nick. If you don't have a free membership to Real Estate Investor Online, go to www.rei-tv.com and sign up. I know tons of you, loads of you, most of you are already free members, but if you're not and you want to get on our mailing list and get notified when we have new things here and notified, all kinds of goodies. I find it, I give it to you. www.rei-tv.com. That's it. Have a great week. Don't give up on yourself. Now go make an offer.